Hello, welcome. Episode number 10 on percentages too. But in this tutorial, we are going to be dealing with depreciation. So this will be the first episode on depreciation. I believe you know that when items are bought over time, their values what decrease. Now that decrease in value can also be associated with what percentages, meaning the value is decreasing 10%, 20% as time what goes by. Now that value that is being decreased is what we're calling depreciation. Now for it to depreciate, it doesn't just depreciate because time is going. It is because of some conditions not being brought to light, as in the modern term. That could also be the reason why the items will keep on what depreciating. So in mathematics and the percentage, we can say depreciation is just a decrease in the value of an asset over a time, then usually due to wear and tear, meaning there is a kind of what damages that to the item, or being too obsolete, meaning in the modern term, even though the item is functioning, it might not be on the actual taste of people. For example, if you look at computers, in the olden days we have the cathode ray tubes which have a bulky background. Then we having the LED and the LCD. Now, if you want to sell your cathode ray tube computer as a desktop to people who are now privy to LCD, you might not be able to sell it the actual price you bought it, because as time goes by, there is a kind of what changes that have been brought, new appetite or new things have been added to whatever the item was. That is also one reason why depreciation what takes place. So in percentage, depreciation is often expressed as what? A percentage of the asset original price or the original value. So what are we saying? We are saying that if an asset or an item depreciates in value by X percent and number of percentages, 10, 15, 20, 50%, then each new price or new value of the item becomes the 100% which was the original state. As it is decreasing, there is a reduction in the 100% by that percentage. So 100 minus the percentage worth of depreciation, then that value is also going to be a percentage of the original value. Remember, if I say 10% of 50 cedis, meaning 10 out of 100 times 50 cedis. So 100 minus X percent times the original value of the items give me the new price, not the depreciating value, but rather the new value of the item if it has been depreciated by a percentage. All right, so that is how we calculate percentage, that depreciation of a percentage on any item. Now we can also build up a formula. In this episode, I will not be delving into how the formula is derived. I have similar formula under compound interest, how it is being derived. The difference was just what? The minus. So I believe if you watch the episode on compound interest, you'll be able to derive this formula. All right. Now, what does the A stand for? The A stands for the original value of the asset. Then the R is talking about the rate. So in some cases, you see it to be P equals to A into bracket 1 minus R T in this form, where this R is also the rate of depreciation. So if I see the rate, every rate is in percentage. So the fact that it is only R, that means that if I say 10%, you should put 10 here. The 10% will feature in the place of R. So we have the R over 100, which is referring to the percentage as a whole. Then that rate could be done either annually, that is per annum, or semi-annually, or quarterly, depending on how the question will be framed. Then the N we are having there is just the number of years or the number of calculations to be done per the depreciation. So how many years are we having the value depreciating? Then it could be yearly or half a year or quarterly, all depend on how the questions will be framed. Right, so either you follow the formula or you just get the idea that the new price of every item will always be 100 minus the percentage reduction times the price of the new item. Again, this is clear. This is laying the foundation on how we can be able to calculate the depreciation of items, both by the step-by-step calculation or by a formula method. So let's take a question and see how we can put this all together and solve. All right, so let's look at this. The value of a refrigerator depreciated by 10% of its value in 1 year. The cost of the device was 15,000 Ghana cedis. We have to find the new price or the new value when it is 1 year old. Just in a year, what will be the value of the item if it is depreciating what? 10% yearly. So from here we can see that our rate of depreciation, the rate is given to us as 10%. We also know the cost of the item. So let me just say cost price is given to us as 15,000. What are we looking for? We know that the new value as we are looking for, or new price, is rather 100 minus 10% of the cost price from the definition, right? The new value of the item is going to be the reduction in percentage of, as in multiplication. So this will simply mean that the reduction here will be 90%, and 90% is 90 over 100 of the original price, which is 15,000. So from here we can see that two zeros will cancel these two zeros. I'll be left with 1, 2. So 9 times 15 will be 135. So this will be giving us 135, two zeros, which is 13,000 Ghana cedis. Meaning the new value after 1 year, the value of the refrigerator become what? 13,000. In this case, you can also ask to find the depreciated value, which is the 10% of the cost price. Now, if you want to take the method 2, which is making use of new value equals to A1 minus, let's just say, Rn. The new value is going to be, the A is the value of the item, which is the cost price of the item. So that means we are going to be having 15,000 into bracket 1 minus the percentage. Remember, it is 10%, which will be 10 divided by 100, 0.1, and the number of times we are doing that calculation. That is 1 year alone. So this means that we should be having 15,000. So here we have 1 minus 0.1. Let's see what that will be. That will be 0.9. Remember, the 1 here will not have effect on the 0.9. So we multiply that value by our 15,000, and that will still give us 13,500. So either we go straight forward with the formula by quoting the values we have stated in the first stage here, or we find the new value, which is a reduction in percentage of the cost price of the item. So basically, we can use any of the two approach, and I believe you prefer the formula, but the understanding of this is also key, whereby in some cases the formula will not be able to help you because they will be asking for some certain values to find instead of just using the formula directly. Like this video, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to come back for episode number 2 of this, or episode number 11 of percentages 2.